Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to learn about arrays in PHP. So we already know about arrays in C, we have learned about arrays in C++, and in all the programming languages we have learned about arrays, right? So in today's video we will see how arrays work in PHP. What is the definition of array according to PHP, what are the types of arrays we have, and what are the functions of arrays. Functions of arrays we will be seeing in the next video, because if I include functions also in this video, the video becomes very long. And before getting into video, let me tell you something. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe and do not forget to share it with your friends. So now we'll start about arrays in PHP. In today's video, we will learn about array, what is the definition of array, and how to create an array, and what are the types of arrays we have in PHP. Okay. In PHP, the definition of array, it can store multiple values in one single variable. It is a special variable that can hold more than one value at a time. Anything is okay among both the definitions. In a single variable you can store multiple values. Okay, normally whenever we assign a variable or whenever we declare a variable, we just store a single value in one variable, right? But if we use arrays, then we can store so many values in one variable itself. Okay, that is the definition of array. And let us see how array works. That means what is the difference between declaring multiple values without array and how to declare multiple values with array. Okay, if you can see this example, this is without array and this is with using arrays. We have declared three variables in the names of three cars. This is without using an array and this is with using an array. Let us see. Without array, you're declaring three different variables, right? And this dollar symbol is used for declaring a variable in PHP. Okay, in PHP, we use dollar symbol for declaring a variable. $cars1 is Volvo, $cars2 is BMW, and $cars3 is Toyota. That means in order to declare three different car names, we used three different variables, right? That is without array. If we use array, we need not declare three different variables, right? We declare only one variable, $cars, and here we are creating an array, and in that we are storing all these three names sequentially. Okay, this is, and these are accessed by the index numbers. This is given index number 0, this is given index number 1, and this is given index number 2. Generally in arrays we start indexing with 0, right? 0 to n-1 we do, right? So yeah, so you understood what is the use of array, right? You understood what happens if we don't use array and what happens if we use array, right? The length of the program also will reduce, right? The declaration time, everything will reduce if we use arrays, right? This is about using arrays and not using arrays. Now we will see about what are the types of arrays. And an array can hold many values under one single name. That is what we saw, right? Under one single name of cars is one single name, and under this one single name we are holding three values, right? And these are accessed by index numbers that I already said you. And the next point is heterogeneous. So normally in C, arrows are homogeneous, right? See, we say homogeneous collection of data elements, we say, but here it is heterogeneous. That means you can store different types of values, because PHP is a loosely typed language. So it is not like you have to store similar data types under one array. You can store data of different kinds, one integer value, one float value, one character value. That's your wish. You can store according to your comfort, right? So in PHP, arrays are heterogeneous. Okay. And how do we create an array in PHP? Just by declaring the function array. You have to write array, and in this you have to write what are the values you are going to include in this array. Okay, by using the keyword array. That's all. Very simple. And length of array is given by count. By count function. Count $cars. $cars is the array name, right? We have seen it in the example. So count of $cars, that means what, how many elements are there, how many values are there in this array of cars, that value you will be retrieving, okay, which is equal to 3. We have 3 elements, right? So, and next, Types of arrays in PHP, we have three types of arrays: indexed arrays, associative arrays, and multi-dimensional arrays. Indexed arrays are based on numerical index, and associative arrays are based on key, and multi-dimensional array is nothing but array within another array. Okay, we will see about each type in detail and example also for each and every type. Let us see it now. If you can see the first one, it's indexed array with numerical index. Here in indexed array you will be having numerical index, and indexed arrays you can use two ways to create indexed arrays. The first one is automatic and the second one is manual. In automatic, what happens, the numerical index will be assigned automatically by the system itself. Okay, here you have the same array we are using. $cars is equal to array of Volvo, BMW and Toyota. Here it starts from 0. That means you'll just declare the array in this way and leave. The system will give numbering automatically. That means whenever you give the index number as 0, then it will return Volvo. Whenever you give an index number as 1, it returns BMW. You are not assigning any index value. The system itself will assign, and on what basis the system will assign is, it will start from 0, the next followed by 1, the next followed by 2. Okay, in this way automatically system will be assigning the index numbers, right? Otherwise you can do it manually also. How is it done manually? Means in this way: $cars of 0 is Volvo. That means in 0th index you are storing Volvo, and in first index number 1 you are storing BMW, in index number 2 you are storing Toyota. That means in this way it will be Volvo, BMW and Toyota. In this way, this is an array. Okay, this is 0 position, 1 position, 2 position. Clear? This you will be giving, manually this you will be typing, but whereas coming to automatic, here the system will automatically assign the values. That is the difference between both of them. Understood, right? So you understood about what is indexed arrays. In indexed arrays you will be having numerical index. Okay, simple. And in that you can create indexed arrays in two ways. One is automatic and one is manual. That's all about indexed arrays. A very small concept it is. Next we will learn about associative arrays. Okay, in associative arrays you will be using named keys. That means in order to represent a value you will be using named keys. That means you will be having values in the form of key value pairs. Okay, you will be using key value pairs in associative arrays. Understood, right? Whereas in indexed arrays we are using number, here we are using a name key. So this also can be done in two ways, the same, automatic and step by step we have to give. That's it. So $age, this is our array, this is the name of our array, this age is the name of our array, and we are using dollar because in PHP we use dollar symbol to declare a variable or to declare an array. Of course the array is also a variable, right? It is a variable which can store many values. So array is a function, array is the keyword that you use to create an array, and inside this Peter 35, which means the age of Peter is 35. Actually what is the value? This is the value. Okay, this is the value and this is the key. Okay, so whenever you print an array you will be getting these values only, 35, 37, 43. You will be getting these values only. But if in case you want it along with the names, then you have to specifically mention key also in the print statement. What is the print statement we use in PHP? Echo. Echo is a print statement. Echo is the statement. Echo is the keyword which we use for printing in PHP. Like how we use printf in C and system.out.println in Java, we will be using echo in PHP. Okay, now, and the other ways, sequentially, one by one, step by step you will be giving. Age of Peter is 35, age of Ben is 37, age of Joe is 40, in that way. So the only thing which you have to get a clarity is this is key and this is value. So in associative arrays, instead of having a numerical key, you will be having a character key. Understood? So that is the main difference between indexed arrays and associative arrays. So now we will learn about multi-dimensional arrays, and with that we are going to close the video. And at the end of the video I'll also explain what do you mean by for each loop, because almost in every array, in indexed, in associative and in multi-dimensional, everywhere we use this for each loop. Okay. So now let us see what do you mean by multi-dimensional arrays. The word multi-dimensional itself says that there is more than one direction, right? So array containing one or more arrays. You will be having an array. Okay. Inside that arrays you will be having again some more arrays like 1, 2 or so many arrays you will be having. Okay. Till now whatever we have learned, indexed arrays or associative arrays, they are one single arrow, only one dimensional arrows, right? Here we will learn about multi-dimensional arrays, and I will also explain in which situations you may need these multi-dimensional arrays. Okay. So array containing one or more arrays, and 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on levels I have written in here, which means you can have one level of array, that means one level will not come under multi-dimensional. 2 levels, that means array within array. 3 levels, that means array within an array, and again in this array you'll have another array, in that way. So you can have how many ever levels deep also you can have, but more than 3 levels. That means if the depth increases by more than 3, then it is hard to manage. We cannot manage it. We cannot apply our functions or printing or whatever. The working becomes a bit complicated. Okay, up to 3 levels we can easily manage. That means up to 3 dimensions we can easily manage. Okay, so we will see example now for this. $cars is equal to array of. So now this is our main array. Okay, first array, and inside that array we are having again an array, right? So this is what multi-dimensional array. Generally we only have this one, right? We don't have this, but here inside this also we are having another array. That is the concept of multi-dimensional arrays. So this is an array which contains about the information about all the cars, and again each and every individual array will carry the information of each and every single car. Okay, we will see that. Array Volvo 2218, array BMW 1513 and so on. So what are these two numbers? This is the name of the car, that's okay. And what are these two numbers? This is the stock, let us say, and this is the sold. That means how many cars we have in our stock, and from this stock how many cars are being sold is this number. Okay, so we are representing two dimensions, right? We are representing two values. So as we are representing two values, we need two dimensional array for this. Okay, one dimension will represent the stock and the other dimension will represent the sold. So in this array, in this example, we are having two dimensions, and in that we are having three arrays and two indices. Two indices is nothing but row and column. Row and column. Okay, we will have two dimensions, row and column. That means in order to access the elements which we are having in multi-dimensional array, we will have to point both the indices, as we are having two dimensions. If we are having three dimensions, then we have to go for three indices, in that way. Okay, so to access the elements of array in $cars, that means in cars array we should point to both the indices. For example, I'll show you. Wait. If you have to access to this 22, 18, if you have to access this, you will do 0, 1, and for 18 it is 0, 2, because 0, 1, 2, right? So in 0th array, this is the first position, this is the second position, and in that way you have to use two values. Whatever the value is, you have to use two values in order to call the position. Whereas in index array or in associative array, we just used one value. That means we just said $cars of 0. We used only one value, then we can retrieve the position. But here we have to use two values in order to retrieve the position. Okay, so that is about multi-dimensional arrays and how to retrieve the values from multi-dimensional arrays, and example for that. Now, as I said in the last, I'll be telling you about for each loop, and this for each loop in PHP is a different concept which will work only for arrays. Okay, it works only for arrays, not for strings, not for any other things. Used to loop through each key value pair. That means loop, that means you will be going through each and every key value pair in the array. Okay, for example, we will see a small code, and this is the standard form of PHP. You know this, right? This one and this one, starting of the program and ending of the program. This is the standard PHP code. And $age, dollar is variable declaration, and age is the name of our array, and array is the keyword that we are using for creating an array. Next, Peter 35, Ben 37, Joe 43. We are storing the values in the form of key and value pairs. Okay, and then we are using the keyword for each. So here we are using for each loop. So $age, that means whatever the elements are there in $age array that we are storing as $x. Here our $x is a temporary variable. Okay, and the values, $value is nothing but these are all the values, 35, 37, 43. These are the keys and these are the values. So first it will go to 35, it will print 35. Then the second step, it will go to 37 and print 37. Then it will go to 43 and then print 43. Okay, this happens, this process happens. What we are doing in for each loop? Echo. I already said you, it is a print statement in PHP. So $x is equal to $value. So whatever the values we are having here, that has to be printed, and we are using break statement. If we don't use break statement, you will be getting all these 3 lines in the single line you will get. Okay, if we use break statement after every iteration, you will be going into next line. Okay, if you don't use break, all the outputs you will be getting on the same line, right? This is about for each loop. And in this video we have learned about arrays, what are the types of arrays, and also about for each loop. Okay, if you have understood whatever I've explained in this video clearly, do not forget to hit the like button, and if you have not yet subscribed, do subscribe. I also made some of the other subjects like managerial economics and financial analysis, information security, operating systems, and so on. If you want to have a look at them, you can have a look at them, and do not forget to share it with your friends. Feel free to comment your view, whatever your opinions or suggestions you're having, feel free to comment them in the comment box so that I can understand what you guys are feeling about the video, right? And if you want me to include any other topics or any other subjects, let me know in the comment section so that I'll do it for you if I can. And thank you for watching the video, guys.